Welcome back here to our Schmiedman channel. I'm here with my friend and colleague, the owner of Schmiedman Peru, Jonathan, who visits us here at Odense at the headquarters. Say hello to Jonathan.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. I am coming from Peru. I am the head of Schmiedman Peru.
We are very happy to have you. Could you tell us a little about how Schmiedman Peru operates?
Yeah, well, we started buying from you in 2014. Back then we had a salesman assigned to us. His name was Kim, and he was the one who noticed that we started buying on a regular basis, and then he offered us our first discount level. Then we got to a second discount level, and then we got an email that we had the offer to become a Schmiedman department. So then in 2019 I came here, spoke to Martin, and the ball got rolling from there. So in the 1.5 years later we started the Peruvian branch.
Okay, cool. If I visit you in Peru, what will I find? Will I find a workshop or a showroom? What will I find?
You will find a workshop. That's the biggest area in the facility, and then we have offices for. We don't have exactly a showroom, but we focus mainly when it comes to parts for sale. We focus on the e-commerce side of the business. So if you want, you can come and see the parts, but we will mostly just show them on the web shop and then have them shipped anywhere in Peru.
Yeah, so like we do in all other branches, as I understand it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. What is BMW culture like in Latin America and in Peru?
Yeah, well, fortunately, I think that as in most of Europe and the rest of the world, BMW is the leading car sales company when it comes to the premium segment. So, and it has been for over 20 years. So yeah, it has around from 37 to 44% of the premium segment in most countries in Latin America, Peru included, like other countries like Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador are also important for BMW nowadays. So they sell around 44,000 units in all Latin America.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, every year.
And good for your market.
Yeah, sure. And there's a strong culture, especially with 80s and 90s cars. I was lucky enough to find some special cars in other countries as well. In Peru, there are some known collectors, but also in Chile, they have a very, maybe I would say that the culture in Chile is stronger than in Peru when it comes to BMWs. They have very special models, and it is known that for some time, special cars in Peru, when they got like the M3, the E30 M3, when it got popular, many of the ones that we had were exported to Chile and Ecuador.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, we have just a few left, and the same in Argentina. I visited a shop from a client, Javier, in Buenos Aires, who had the 320 IS, the E30, which is a very rare model that was only produced for the Portugal and Italian market.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's very few units. I think it's 1,206.
Wow.
So it's very rare.
Yeah, that is really rare.
Yeah.
Rare. What do you drive yourself?
I drive E30 320i. It's 1984. It's pretty standard. It has minor modifications like the Schmiedman headers, for instance.
Of course.
Definitely, yeah. I wouldn't go with a different brand. And it's mostly stock, but I try to keep it as clean as possible.
So you're a kind of a purist?
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I would make some crazy modifications.
Because in Europe we see, even though the E30 and E30 M3 and so on get really rare, they still are an object to styling. and we love that. Everyone should build your BMW as they like, but we know, we are aware that there are different ways of doing so. Like we have the ones here in Europe that keeps them clean and stock and wants great parts from us, keeping it as stock as possible. But then we have the styling and tuning freaks as well. How do you see that in Peru or Latin America?
Yeah, well, there's both kinds. I think that, as you say, anyone is free to do whatever they want with their car. My personal opinion is that you should try to keep it between the constraints or the limits of what known tuners like Alpina, for instance, or AC Schnitzer. But there are some that go like a little bit further, so it's fine also. But I think that mostly in Peru, at least, people are conservative about how they keep their cars.
Yeah.
Maybe the youngest ones tend to be a little more
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a normal tendency, I think. And yeah, we at Schmiedman, of course, can service all
Definitely,
and
yeah.
everybody. And yeah, it was nice having you. Nice talking to you.
Great.
And,
It was great being here, and I just hope that I can be here soon again and continue to expand the market for Schmiedman as well.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.